The Small Light. In a quiet town called Meadowville, there lived a boy named Leo. He was not the strongest, the smartest, or the richest child in town, but he had something rare, a kind heart. Every morning on his way to school, Leo passed an old man named Mr. Harris who sat alone on a wooden bench near the bus stop. People walked past him every day. Some were too busy, some too tired, and some simply didn't notice him anymore. But Leo always noticed. "Good morning, sir," Leo said one day with a warm smile. Mr. Harris looked surprised. It had been a long time since anyone had spoken to him. "Good morning, young man," he replied softly. From that day on, Leo made it a habit to greet Mr. Harris. Sometimes he shared half of his sandwich. Sometimes he just listened. Mr. Harris talked about his younger days, his late wife, and how quiet the world had become. Leo didn't realize it, but his small acts of kindness were like a tiny light in the old man's dark days. One cold winter morning, Leo noticed Mr. Harris was missing. The bench was empty. Something felt wrong. After school, Leo asked around and found out that Mr. Harris had fallen sick and was staying alone in a small house at the edge of town. Without thinking twice, Leo ran home, grabbed a blanket and some food, and hurried to the old man's house. Mr. Harris opened the door with trembling hands. His eyes filled with tears when he saw Leo. "You came," he whispered. "Of course," Leo said. "You are not alone." That evening, Leo stayed until Mr. Harris felt better. He even called a neighbor to help take care of him. A few weeks later, something unexpected happened. At school, Leo's teacher announced a town event called The Light of Kindness. People were invited to share stories about someone who had changed their life with kindness. When Mr. Harris walked onto the stage, the crowd went silent. "I thought the world had forgotten me," he said. But a young boy reminded me that kindness doesn't need to be big. Sometimes, it's just a smile, a greeting, or listening when someone needs a friend. Then he looked at Leo and smiled. The audience applauded, and many people wiped tears from their eyes. From that day on, Meadowville changed. People started greeting each other more. Children helped elders. Neighbors talked again. All because one small boy chose kindness without expecting anything in return. Leo learned something important that day. Kindness is a small light, but when shared, it can brighten the whole world. Moral of the story: never underestimate the power of small acts of kindness. They can change lives, starting with yours. Comment below what you learned from this story. Like if you believe kindness can change the world. Subscribe to NK Dream World for more beautiful stories.